Hello.
Hey.
And welcome to Otaku Tuesday on Bookend Gaming.
Yeah.
Hooray.
I'm Travis.
I'm Eric.
What is going on here?
I don't know. We spent a lot of time with Ex Makina. We spent the day with Ex Makina.
Yeah, caught crawfish.
Yeah.
And then had noodles on the roof.
And then we had noodles on the roof.
Okay, that's pretty much it. So we're caught up.
Yeah. The sequel to Fiddlers on the Roof.
Noodles on the roof.
Fiddler on the Roof, not Fiddlers. There's not multiple Fiddlers.
That's the actual sequel.
Oh.
It's like Aliens.
Right.
Fiddlers.
Alienses.
Yeah.
So now we're doing nothing, I don't think. We had a transition to this hallway and we don't know what's happening.
Right, we're just at school.
We're talking about cats, I guess. I've heard it takes about 3 days to get a cat to take to you. The girl named Irisu Makina got attached to me even faster than that.
It's almost like she's not a cat.
Yeah. This hallway looks like it's like one of those weird funhouse tunnels.
Yeah, or it's like painted on.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just looks crooked.
Or it gets way smaller.
Yeah. Yes.
It's actually the afterlife.
Oh, okay. This is the same Makina who used to flee the instant she laid eyes upon me. I have no idea what changed her mind, but lately it's been quite the opposite, with her approaching me on sight. It's hot again today.
You said it.
Yeah, true. Not that she's particularly talkative. After a small greeting, she tends to just tag along in silence. You want something? Not really.
You're just like, turn around, she's just there.
Yeah. Oh my god, the cat! Honestly speaking, getting followed around for no reason like this is a little annoying. I mean, you did it to her.
Yeah, how dare you have cute girls follow you around.
That said, there's no reason for me to coldly shoo her away either. You don't need to go to afternoon class?
What about you? You have afternoon class?
Nope. I don't have any more electives meeting today. I see. Yep.
Already, you're going to do all the talking again?
In other words, she's probably just bored. The schedule at this school is divided between the core curriculum in the morning and optional courses in the afternoon. It's not rare for a few of my classmates to be lazing around by the vending machines after lunch. I mean, there's only 5 people here.
Yeah.
Like, how many classes just have 1 or 2 people in it?
I don't know. Who are all the teachers?
I don't know. Is the principal the teacher of all of them?
Every class.
Yeah, I don't know.
So you sit there for like an hour waiting for her to into the last class?
Right. Is that me? If you've got
it's just in your head.
Nothing to do, how about going back to the dorm and studying?
Well, if there's no homework, she's just going to masturbate.
is what I'd like to say. I am dying.
Yeah.
But come to think of it, I'm also wandering around, wasting my free 5th period.
Yeah, I'm like watching you out of the corner of my eye, sheepishly reach back and like open a giant jug of water.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Guess I don't exactly have the right to lecture Makina. Want something to drink? Yes, I do.
I have this giant jug.
I have this giant jug of water. I dig my hand around in my pockets, searching for small change. I'm just going to drop it everywhere.
It's actually vodka in there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just so sick of doing these already. You're just like, it's the only way you can get through it.
I've got money.
It's not true. We love doing these.
Yeah, these are our favorite things to do.
Right?
Holding out her right palm toward me to declare, it's fine. Makina takes out something that looks like a green stuffed animal from her pocket. This is money. The vaguely frog-shaped thing seems to be a purse, as its red mouth opens wide with the snap of metal bearings.
You want this pickle I've kept in my pocket? It's got some hair on it.
After taking out a few coins, Makina buys a juice box from one of the vending machines lined up in the passage, then returns to my side. Ellipsis. Pulling the attached straw free with stubby, clumsy-looking fingers, Makina pierces it into the juice box and starts to slurp up the contents.
In the first try?
Yeah.
Oh my god, she's like a savant. I guess it's not a Capri Sun, but those are impossible. Yes, I know it's Capri Sun.
Capri Sun. Similarly, I drink quietly from my paper cup full of oolong tea. It's hot again today.
You said that already.
True. Now we're repeating ourselves on board. Probably evidence that we're both puzzled over how to get a conversation started. Who was it that told me the man has to break the ice in situations like this?
Some sexist.
I mean, the ice is already broken. It's
right?
Just
Crawfish.
Of course, I'm not confident that I could pull off that off if I tried. What do I talk about with a girl like Makina? Hey, Oni-chan, got any good stories? Oh, God, no!
There once was a man from Nantucket.
Stories. Stories. It's a fairly standard request, but I'm not sure where to go with this. What sort of story? It's hot, so a nice and cool story. A cool story. That's a bit tricky.
It was the night before Christmas.
When you're looking for a chilling tale, I think ghost stories are the standard choice. Fortunately, I'm not lacking in that department, a legacy of the time I spent at my old school.
Was it haunted?
All right, then. We don't know. I mean, we don't know who
we
this
know
guy
nothing
is.
about this guy, yeah.
This is something I heard from an upperclassman at my previous school.
Bum, bum, bum.
And we'll never know. This is the story of an American soldier who found himself on the southern island in a night flooded with lukewarm rain. The soldier was making his way south through the darkened jungle amid the pelting downpour, following a native trail with 8 companions.
Then they napalmed and he got shot in the butt as he was carrying Bubba.
He had to choose between his 8 companions. Which one did he want to sleep with? Their objective was an enemy anti-aircraft position. The rain had been falling for 2 days straight, leaving the ground swampy as a paddy field. With the moon hidden by thick storm clouds, the soldiers couldn't even see the back of the comrade walking 2 or 3 meters ahead. The squad's nerves were already worn by the suggestive darkness of the night's jungle, but the relentless rain piercing through the tree canopy was slowly sapping their endurance as well.
What does this little girl want to hear about? I know, a dark and gritty war story.
Yeah. She said cool, not dumb.
Not traumatizing.
And on top of it all, the rough map they'd received from the scouts was vague to the point of uselessness, good for a little but further fueling their anxiety. As the squad trudged on in a virtual crawl through the knee-deep mud, it was inevitable that their formation grew increasingly loose.
It's hot.
I was hoping for a story about, like, a cow.
Or like a princess or something.
Right.
Snow Queen.
So the American soldier, a sniper bringing up the rear of the column, was desperately struggling to avoid getting separated from the rest of his unit. Eventually, he heard a distinctive clacking from some distance in front of him, rising above the sound of the rain.
Glorious!
He recognized the sound as the castanets the platoon leader carried as a means to communicate at night, or in poor visibility conditions, where hand signals were impractical. Let's polka! The number of times he clacked indicated an order to halt on the spot. The man dropped to one knee in the muddy water, grasped his rifle to his breast, and removed the lens cap from his scope, shielding it from the rain. An enemy ambush? Lying flat on the spot, the man pressed his strong eye against the gun's sight. The back of the soldier in front of him came into view. No shots had been fired as of yet. Earlier reconnaissance had indicated there were barely any enemy troops or armed guerrillas in the area.
Let's play this game. Were you laughing at armed guerrillas?
Yes.
Harambe's coming right for us!
Yes, I was laughing at armed guerrillas. If there were enemies here, the odds were that they would be scouts, and most likely a fairly small troop. I scoot forward and slip on a banana peel. I knew the enemies were close. As the man rested his chin in the muddy water to watch the jungle ahead, he heard the first sounds of gunfire. The enemy wasn't even 30 meters away from his squad. They'd practically bumped into each other.
I'm picturing Diddy Kong with his, peanut gun.
Yeah.
They're in the trees!
With his coconut gun, he fires in spurts. 6 lines of fire from the enemy position. Just as he thought, it seemed to be a small scouting troop. Judging from the reckless way they opened fire blindly, they were probably poorly trained guerrillas who panicked.
They didn't even know sign language.
After encountering their enemy under these unusual conditions. Removing his gaze from the scope, the man grasped his weapon and pulled back on the bolt handle, pushing a 7.62 millimeter bullet into the exposed chamber. He quickly returned his dominant eye to the eye cup of his sight. The story is just riveting, let me tell you.
It kind of is, but it's definitely not fitting. It's supposed to be like a school cutesy thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and well, it's not. The muzzle flashes visible through the scope burned white after images onto his pupil. fully dilated after his long walk in the darkness.
Dude knows how to tell a story, I'll tell you that.
He couldn't see the enemy. Aiming on intuition alone, he squeezed the trigger. A momentary explosion of light from his gun, and he heard an enemy's grunt from the bush some 30 meters away. Yeah, that's what a hit. The man took his rifle in both hands and began to crawl on his elbows and knees in search of a new firing position. After moving about 10 meters to his left, he discovered a convenient foxhole that would serve his purpose nicely. What does the fox say?
Let's not go there.
When he swung his body down into the hole, he found it was half full of stagnant water, just as he had expected, but that fact barely registered in his mind. More importantly, from a position like this, he could snipe while hidden for a time, sunk to the waist in the muddy water. He mechanically pulled back his rifle's bolt and squeezed the trigger again and again and again. All of a sudden, he heard a voice from the next foxhole.
Shined a shiny demon?
And we said nay! We are but gorillas. Since when had it been occupied? Hey, give me a grenade. In response, the man took an M67 grenade from the belt slung around his waist and held it out, the safety pin still fixed in place. A white hand reached out from the nearby trench and received it.
It was kind of furry.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's the enemy!
Thank you. The man was certain he heard those words, but no matter how long the man waited, his comrade didn't throw the grenade. Maybe the safety pin was bent somehow and he couldn't get it loose? Hey, you okay? As the man was speaking those words, he started to move his head to look at the edge of his encampment. At that moment, the grenade exploded in the next foxhole. Goo!
Jesus.
Gah! An explosion at point-blank range isn't something you hear. The overpowering waves of sound aren't recognized by your ears as noise. A mass of burning air struck the man like a wall, knocking the helmet off his head and thrusting his body backward into the muddy pool. His mouth, thrown open by the explosion, was instantly filled with filthy water. As the man desperately tried to spit it out, he realized his tongue had been knocked back into his throat. He couldn't breathe.
Jesus Christ.
Quickly, thrusting his hands into his mouth, the man peeled his tongue free with his fingers and powerfully vomited out the water together with the breath that had gathered in his lungs. Why would you think that she would like this story?
I don't know. This is like bumming me out.
Gah! Ha! Gah! His throat was burning from inhaling the explosion's scorching wind, and he couldn't stop the tears that were pouring down his face. His head felt like it had been taken a direct hit from a fastball made of concrete, and his ears were filled with a high-pitched ringing.
And then the screen said, press F to pay respects, and he turned off his Xbox.
Ah! Hey, you alright? Get it together. Curled up in the muddy water with his head in his hands, the man heard the voice of a comrade. At least his eardrums hadn't shattered. He felt himself being dragged up out of the foxhole by both arms. We've got to move. Temporary withdraw. Can you walk? It took all of the man's effort to nod his head. He couldn't see. His ears were barely functional, and his throat was on fire. He couldn't even speak. The man began to run his hands across the ground in a panic. His comrade knew what he was looking for. The man felt his rifle pressed back into his hands. Reassured by the familiar feel of his weapon, the man slung it onto his shoulder, his hands still clenching the ground. He fled that pace at a crawl. Oh, God, we're not done.
Wow. Okay.
Had 30 minutes passed when the man came to himself. The rain had, ironically enough, finally stopped.
Why is that ironic?
Unironic?
Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would that doesn't sound... That's like Alanis Morissette's idea of ironic.
His vision had largely recovered. When he looked around, he saw his companions, all just as filthy with mud. Hey, Shorty, you still alive?
What's up, Shorty?
The sniper was still scurrying along the ground when that voice called to him. It belonged to a black man who'd joined the army at the same time as him. They'd been in the same squad in their training days as well, and the black man was his closest friend in the platoon. His greeting was casual as always.
It is Bubba.
Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that. The man reshouldered his beloved rifle and told his friend about the hand grenade accident. That voice from the next foxhole, the grenade he handed over in response, moments later the explosion. The man angrily spat out the details of his brush with death through another stupidity. The black man listened in silence. When the story was over, after a brief pause, he finally spoke. Huh? The hell are you talking about, Shorty? The black man said his story was impossible. Come to think of it, of course it was. The man was the unit's birdman, the rear guard, the end of the line. Caw-caw! Usually, the birdman marched 10 to 20 meters behind the squad. There was no way an ally would have been encamped only 2 to 3 meters from his position. Even considering his movements to change his firing position, he couldn't have met anyone until the unit broke into retreat. I mean, let's say you're right and some jackass dropped a grenade in his own foxhole. Okay, who was that? When the man looked around his surroundings, all 8 of the squad's other members were accounted for. A few were lightly wounded, but clearly none of them had been on the receiving end of the grenade blast recently. So, who the hell did you give that grenade to?
It was a ghost.
In response to his friend's words, a shiver ran down the man's spine. After rejoining the main force and completing his report, the man told his story to a grizzled veteran. I didn't think I'd be, narrating a humongous-ass story.
Yeah, this is very weird.
The sergeant major had an explanation of sorts for him. That place is right around the site of the old battle where many Americans died. Ugh. Among them were many wounded who'd been cruelly, slowly butchered by guerrillas with spears and bayonets.
It's like Planet of the Apes.
And some who had reached to the grenades on their waist and pulled down the pin rather than be tortured to death.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
So in the end, doesn't even matter, Makina. Who had taken the man's grenade? Perhaps a lingering spirit, still clinging to the battlefield even in death? Or so the story went. What do you think? Get a bit of a chill? I don't think she's going to hang out with you anymore.
Get away from me, psycho.
Yeah. What the heck's wrong with you? I peed myself a little bit. Oh, sorry about that. Forget it. It was just a goof.
I'll never forget that until the day I die.
As if I could. I'm going to cry on the way to the bathroom tonight. My bad. Next time you tell me a story, make it a slightly happier one, okay?
And then they all got ice cream.
Huh? Yeah, got it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Why would he? He knows that that's not a good idea to tell that story, right? It's like no matter how stupid. I don't know.
Oh God, it's happening. We're getting mad at the main character.
We are. Like you would know that that's not an appropriate story,
right?
And
well, I mean, already red flag goes up when she's like, "How about a cool story?" And he's like, "Oh, cool. That means chilling." No, that's not the same thing.
And I mean, he would see her face throughout that story unless he closed his eyes the whole time.
Oh, yeah, he was picturing the rain.
Right.
And the gorillas.
I don't know. Yeah, the gorillas. Makina throws her empty juice box into a trash can and starts to patter away. As usual, she leaves as quickly as she arrives. But this time, after walking about 3 meters, Makina stops on the spot and turns back to me.
My dad was killed by a grenade.
Hey, Oni-chan? What? Do you think there's life after death?
Well, that's kind of a big question.
Life after death. Can't say for sure since I've never experienced it firsthand. If you believe in it, then maybe there is.
Well, let me ask you. Do you believe in life after love?
In the Army, there's a popular story about an afterlife, exclusively for soldiers. It's a story you'll find in the armed forces of pretty much any country, in pretty much identical form. It's a story the Jedi won't tell you. If you believe an afterlife is waiting for you, it will be. I'm sure it's something like that. Gotcha. Thanks. Okay, see you later. With those words, she runs off, this time without looking back. I don't think I said anything particularly interesting, but hearing words of thanks naturally lightens my mood anyway. I'll tell that story again.
Yeah.
To the other girls.
Everyone he talks to now, he'll just tell that entire story.
Makina loved it. Drinking up the remaining oolong tea with a gulp, I throw the empty cup in a trash bin and walk off toward our classroom for the 6th period class.
That should get rid of her for a few days.
Yeah, forever.
Back to the classroom for more hijinks.
Oh my god. There's a subspecies of woman distinguished by an excessive kind of helpfulness, the burning desire to take care of other people's problems.
And then there's huge bitches.
And then there's, huge bitches like Amane. Within a few days of entering the school, I had a rough idea that Suo Amane fit this busybody woman classification.
I would have said it's Sachi.
But I have to admit, I wasn't expecting her to extend her meddling to me quite so quickly. Although I suppose it's inevitable that we'd run into each other a lot since we live in the same dorm and there's only 5 people in the school. It seems like she's coming up to me at every free moment and playing the big sister.
Yeah, totally playing the big sister by constantly trying to get you to shove your face in her tits.
Right. I mean, I've never had a sister, but I assume they don't do that.
Based on
the videos I watch.
Things that I yeah. What are you doing, step bro?
Yeah. You having trouble with anything? If you need any help at all, just let me know. God. I wish she'd put herself in my shoes. It's not easy having to politely shoot her down every time.
My fetish.
Whoa!
Yuji-kun.
Being in her shoes. Yeah. Not wasting any time, are you? Jeez, how dare you say my name?
Slut?
I'm not sure how she got the idea in her head, but lately every time a break begins, Amane's been clinging to me from behind. Squeeze, 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 rub, squeeze. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's like full on.
That's more than just squishing you from behind. Then forcibly pressing her oversized lumps of breast blubber against me, as if to say,
"Ooh, baby, shake that breast blubber.
Check it out. I'm the big tits character." The way they droop just a little is very popular with the enthusiasts of breasts. Look, you're heavy. Remove your chest flab from my head.
What a sweet talker. Huh? What's that supposed to mean, Yuji-kun? Do you hate breasts?
On the contrary, I'm something of a fan.
Then it's all good. Just sit back and enjoy it. These tits would drive any red-blooded man wild. Keep acting like that and you'll get a reputation as a homo. All right.
Whoa, game.
you want dirty old men with beards to start hitting on you?
Maybe I do. Is that a problem?
I'm a dirty old man with a beard. I feel attacked.
I'd prefer that. If a man sexually harasses me, at least I can knock him flat without feeling guilty about it.
Plus, then he won't have his man boobs on me.
What do you want from me? If you have something to say, then spit it out already.
It's nothing in particular. Just wondering if there was anything you didn't follow in that class. Or whatever. Just wanted to play the big sister a bit.
Yeah, this is what sisters do.
Yeah.
Thanks, sis. But I'm a big boy now. So could you please get lost?
I'm not a baby. I'm a big boy.
The tits joke doesn't work on me anymore.
You're just shy. That's so cute. Squeeze.
Stop that. I'm a dainty little thing. I'll break more easily than you'd think.
Precisely why I'm giving you such a nice, gentle hug.
They say a snapping turtle won't release prey from its bite even if lightning strikes nearby. Amane is a similar beast. Once she clings to me, my only release is the sound of the bell. If this woman kept a pet cat, I'm positive it would go bald from stress within a week.
I'm starting to think he just really likes cats.
I think so. He just likes coming up with all these side plots and just believing them as canon.
She sneezed. Cats sometimes sneeze.
I'm not confident my own hair will be safe if I allow these assaults to continue. I think it's about time I get my message across.
No.
Even if it requires taking a somewhat harsh attitude.
You're an idiot.
Get your tits off me! Amane, that's about enough. Just as I begin to shout, Sakaki appears with spectacular timing. Oh, God. Suo-san, do you have a moment?
Aye.
Ellipsis. Yumiko grimaces at Amane's response. Her glare is expressive. I? Who are you supposed to be? A pirate? Well, all right then. You're supposed to prepare the projector for the upcoming geography class. Remember?
Oh, you're right. I'm on day duty with Makina today.
Irisu-san started preparing by herself. Do you not plan to help?
Is she... What's her face? Is she... Deaf girl? Why am I forgetting all the Katawa names?
Deaf girl. Shizune?
Yeah. I was like, it starts with an M, right? No, that's Misha. Sorry, Yuji-kun. I've got to go.
Don't mind me. I think you should hurry before Irisu-san breaks something again.
Makina! Wait! Don't break it!
She finally released me. What a noisy woman. She's purposefully making a fuss. Is she that afraid of people realizing she's depressive?
Well, why you gotta tell people?
What do you mean?
That's rude.
Exactly what I said. Even so, I find this preferable to the old Suo-san's incredibly timid behavior, so I've already accepted it as the lesser of two evils. You make it sound like you're familiar with her past. Have you known Amane that long? I suppose so, if you consider a year or so a long time. So Amane wasn't always like this.
Well, there wasn't a guy here.
Right. What? You want to know more about her? I just don't understand the woman. Why does she drape herself all over me like that?
I wonder.
Gee, I wonder. To be your big sister.
Yeah.
There's no way I would know that. How about asking her? I did. The end. Just the other day, having stocked up on necessities for my new dorm life at the local supermarket, I was wandering leisurely around the area in front of the station. Hello!
Oh, right, Kermit.
I'm the greengrocer.
Yeah.
Huh? It's you, Chan. What you doing here?
Don't call me that.
Why? It's cute.
Spare me. I can't get any cuter than I already am. I'm a dainty little thing. All the other girls will get jealous and start picking on me.
I'm a dainty big boy. That tongue of yours. Anyone ever tell you it reminds them of someone?
Like who?
Who knows? More importantly,
Okay.
What's up? Shopping?
Amane pointed at the plastic supermarket bag dangling from my hand.
No, I keep my dirty diapers in here.
Box of tissues, a pack of batteries, salad dressing and mayonnaise. That's weird jerk-off material. Also, instant curry and dental floss. And some bean sprouts.
Look, you. Don't just start rifling through my bag.
If you're buying curry, Shoei by the north exit is cheaper than Sanyo by the south exit, you know. Shoei sells bean sprouts at 29 yen a bag, too.
Well, good for Shoei. You're as knowledgeable as always. Do you wander around comparing prices all day long? Lame.
It's not like it's not like I check every day. I just pay attention when I go shopping, I guess.
Herm. She's got an impressive devotion to economizing.
That's not a word.
I felt definite admiration, since my master was the sort of wild woman who bought things without even looking at the price tag.
How crazy.
Let's see. Get milk, eggs, and vegetables from Shoei. Fish, meat, and toilet paper from Sanyo. Try to remember that.
Well, I'm not that caught up on the price. I appreciate the thought, but I just want a store that's convenient. Yeah, he just wants to go to Walmart.
Right, who cares?
It's all well and good to wander around looking for bargains, but when you consider the increased effort and consumption of time involved, getting too picky frequently turns into a loss.
Yeah, it's like those idiots who drive to like 6 different gas stations to save 2 cents per
That's
gallon.
what I was going to say.
It's so
I was
dumb.
going to say that exact same thing. Like, people that are like, oh, it's 3 cents cheaper in the other town. Yeah.
Okay, use all your gas to get there then.
Right. And also, I would understand if it was like
Couple
20
dollars.
cents.
Yeah,
But
even that.
to fill up your tank, it is at max 12 gallons. Do you really care about saving?
Well, I mean, it could be more, but still.
Well, whatever. 36 to 50 cents.
Yeah, and if you're driving further,
Right.
you're using it anyway.
But even if it's a lot cheaper, you don't save that much.
Nah, it ain't worth it.
Well, I guess that's how guys are.
That's right. I'll be going.
Huh? You're heading back?
Yeah, I did finish my shopping.
Then let's walk back together.
Oh my God, woman!
Get away from me.
I like her.
Me too.
As soon as the words left her mouth, Amane was standing by my side, firmly grasping my hand. What do you think you're doing?
What are you talking about?
This, of course. In demonstration, I raised the hand that Amane had gripped, or rather captured, her fingers entwined tightly with mine. What am I? What am I?
We don't know.
A kid who won't go home unless Mama pulls him there?
Yuji, you're really starting to piss me off here.
Call me Mommy again.
Right?
I've got to admit I don't remember acting quite that adorably, so I'm very interested in where you're coming from here.
Mama, mommy, mama.
Still gripping my right hand tightly, Amane raised the forefinger of her other hand against her lip and racked her brains for an answer.
Racked.
Kind big sis walking home hand in hand with her brother role-playing.
Oh, is that it? If it's role-playing, then I guess I have to play along. Ha 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 ha!
Ha 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 ha, you're not really that funny.
Did you really think I'd say that? Off!
Oh my god.
I forcefully yanked my arm free, shaking off Amane's grip.
Oh, jeez. Do you hate it that much?
If you think that puppy dog face will make me act nicer out of guilt, you're very wrong. Don't flirt in public. That's a rule of mine.
You suck.
I hate this guy.
Right?
He's stupid. I mean,
So-
even if he doesn't like this girl, that's fine, I guess. That's his preference, but he's a dick.
It's just weird for, I don't know, I guess it might be a common anime thing for them to just be completely blind to what's in front of them. But I feel like it wouldn't be, please get away from me. It'd be like, oh, I'm embarrassed, not ew.
Yeah, right.
So, it's okay when we're alone?
Stop twisting my words. The point is, I can't think of a single reason why I should hold hands with you.
I wonder.
Because I want to hold hands? Isn't that good enough?
It's not an answer to the question why you want to hold hands.
The truth is, because of a traumatic accident in my past, I feel real uneasy unless I'm holding hands with someone. I missed the ice cream truck because I didn't hold my sister's hand.
Some kind of obsessive compulsive disorder? What sort of accident was it?
That's a secret.
The hell?
Don't get mad. I'm just joking.
As she spoke, Amane took my hand for the second time. Joking? When did the joke start? Ugh, this is irritating. Take the left at least. I can't calm down when someone's got a hold on my dominant hand. Yeah, but she's the obsessive compulsive one.
Look, it's not like there has to be some big reason for us to hold hands. It's just, we ended up being classmates and all, so let's be friends. That's all I was thinking.
Why get friendly with me?
Do I need a reason? When you were a kid or whatever, did you go around picking your friends by some calculation
Yes.
of loss or gain?
Actually, yes.
Probably.
Hard to say. Didn't have any.
Then let's reverse your question. Why don't you want to get friendly with me?
I wouldn't say I don't. I just want to understand your motive. Oh, here it is. This a flashback?
Yeah.
So
To like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Then it's all good. Let's be friends.
You're a weird one, Mr. Grinch.
I'm pretty sure there isn't a single normal kid at our school,
I mean, statistically, there's only 5 of you.
I'm going back.
Yeah, let's...
Having moved to my left as I requested, Amane didn't mess around any further. On her way back, she calmly acted her age. Holding hands really did seem to be enough to satisfy her. Doubts did run through my head, considering it's only been a few days since we met. She's bizarrely friendly. But still, as she is a member of our class full of special cases. Despite her relatively normal facade, Amane must have her own unhappy circumstances. This hand-holding may well have some meaning for her.
So annoying.
Okay, then. So, out of consideration for her past, you found yourself unable to flatly refuse her demands for physical contact. And that toleration gave rise to this flagrantly over-the-top fondling, right? Well, we'll make a detective of you yet. You're quite full of yourself.
If there's a case, I'll solve it.
Would you like to be full of myself? Sakaki, what sort of accident was Amane involved in? I don't know. If it's not something you can talk about, I'll leave it alone. That's not it. I really don't know, and I don't particularly want to know either, although I have heard that the incident involved a motor vehicle accident.
I knew it. Ice cream truck.
A car crash? No, a motor vehicle accident. Apparently, a bus she was riding was in a serious accident, which gave rise to mental illness or something along those lines. My information is admittedly limited, but I certainly didn't hear anything about a pathological need to hold hands. Then why was she so persistent about
She
it?
doesn't know.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Her eyesight is bad. Maybe that's the cause. I don't know what those huge bitches. Does bad eyesight make you want to hold hands?
She can't see past her massive tits.
Yeah. Who knows? She's scared she doesn't have feet. Babies with undeveloped eyesight calm down by confirming the shape and warmth of things in their mouth.
Oh, that's a joke I don't want to make.
Maybe physical contact is reassuring when you can't see well. A plausible theory, but I'm having a hard time buying it. In her case, in the first place, are her eyes that terrible?
Well, she likes you.
Oh! I don't know. I think I mentioned this, but I'm not interested. I'm wasting my breath talking to you. What
Okay.
a coincidence! I was just about to mention how incredibly tedious I find speaking with you. Huh, guess we're done here, or we would be if I hadn't just spotted Komine Sachi out of the corner of my eye.
Yay!
Hey Sachi, you have a minute? Certainly!
Yeah? What can I do for you?
Do you know anything in particular about Amane's past?
No, I can't say I'm familiar with the details.
Herm. So in other words, nobody knows the whole story? It's not the sort of topic we feel comfortable asking about. And if she recovered emotionally to a point where she could proactively share the story of her misfortune, she wouldn't be stuck in a place like this.
This is the first we're hearing that they all have, like, problems?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it makes sense. That's why it's such a small class. But there was, like, no mention of it being, like, these are, like, special students who have...
Emotional, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the first I'm hearing of this, or I just wasn't paying attention.
I maybe it did during like the principal talk,
Or maybe we're supposed to know about it through the anime. Because, like, we have comments that are like, oh, you guys are doing a blind run.
Wasn't this first though?
Was it?
VNs are usually first.
That's true.
They make animes out of VNs.
Unless it was a manga,
Well, yeah.
and then an anime, and then a VN.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows? True enough.
I mean, the people who are about to comment know.
I still feel like you would at least be like, maybe she likes me. Right?
Yeah,
I mean,
she's a part of you.
You have to go through all this. She has to be like mentally disabled.
Right.
I mean,
There's
it
gotta be
couldn't
something
like,
wrong with
maybe
it.
she
Well,
likes you.
I mean, that's my thought process. If a girl ever likes me, I'm like, she must be mentally disabled.
A woman couldn't possibly like me.
Right. There's got to be something wrong with her.
As long as the person in question doesn't want to discuss it, I suppose I shouldn't pry any further. And in the first place, I'm a little dubious that Amane's past really has anything to do with holding my hand.
Let's see. Did you perhaps do something to gain her affection, prompting an unconscious desire to hold your hand?
I saw her boobs. Herm, taking things in a new direction. Specifically, what do you think I did?
Let's see. For example, maybe you rescued Amane-san when she was surrounded by a gang of hooligans?
On a rainy day, she spotted...
Sorry.
On a rainy day, she spotted you silently leaving your umbrella over an abandoned kitten in a cardboard box. Ha ha ha!
That southern accent is contagious.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, that's not as harsh as she was before. What's so funny? Well, whatever. Neither rings a bell. I have no memories of us being lovers in a previous life either. A nasty memory like that would best be forgotten anyway.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there.
It is quite the event that a boy finally transferred into this school. Maybe she wanted to try out
There you go.
the
She's got the right idea.
experience of dating now that she has the chance.
You think so? Incidentally, Sachi, does that mean you've got an interest in holding hands and going on a date with me as well?
Well, I'm not opposed to holding hands itself. If you strongly ordered me hold hands with me, we're going on a date. I'm fairly sure I wouldn't refuse.
All right. Herm.
Herm.
I see. Thank you for your valuable opinion. I'll file it under not helpful in the slightest.
She just told you that she would totally go on a date with you, and he's just like, yeah, you're useless.
Yeah, he's stupid. How about you, Sakaki? Me holding hands on a date with you?
I would love to.
Right. Got any interest? This is a problem. I'm not sure how to answer without hurting you. I get the picture. Thanks so much for your compassion. I didn't say no. So in the end, it doesn't even matter. Asking around didn't get me anything resembling a clear answer. I mean, it really did.
Maybe just drop it. And just, be cool with her rubbing her boobs on you.
Right. I would be.
Yeah, what's the problem?
I mean, even that aside, she's just being nice.
Super friendly.
Just be nice back. From what Sakaki says, it doesn't seem like Amane wants to hold hands indiscriminately. The mystery's only deepened. I mean, like I've said, if you're not okay, just be like, can you, cool it a little bit?
Yeah, just back off.
I got a bubble. She probably would.
Right.
You all right there, Makina? This door's narrow. Don't bump up against it.
Just use the wall hole we've all made.
It's only narrow for you, you fat bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it. Goo.
And literally 2 seconds later, you do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm that sort of life form.
A cat?
Just at that moment, Amane enters the classroom, pulling Makina by the hand, oblivious to our gossiping. I point my thumb toward the pair and their connected hands.
What's hot?
You said Amane doesn't have a habit of holding hands, right? Well, Irisu-san is a special case. If you don't keep a grip on her, she'll wander off to God knows where. Sakaki watches Amane and Makina as she speaks. Suddenly she claps her hands together as if struck by a burst of insight.
Oh, she likes you.
Oh! Perhaps she's put you in the same category as that girl? Say what? I'm not a cat. Wait, what? I've been put in the same category. Category? With a kid.
All connects.
With a kid like this, who you half expect to get lost tottering around a... What? With a kid like this, who you half expect to get lost tottering after a butterfly? That's one whole sentence.
Yes.
As a question. What a seriously unpleasant thought. Suo-san's the helpful type, you know. This might sound a little bad, but perhaps she loves hopeless men? I appreciate that you're probably trying to help in your own special way, but that's basically an indirect way of saying you look like a hopeless man.
Okay, we gotta figure out a way for me to teleport into a video game world.
Yeah?
Because hopeless men get all the girls.
That's true. Yes, that's exactly what I meant to imply. Sakaki. Ugh, you're such a goof.
That's my Sakaki.
Could you please stop rubbing salt in the wound without even realizing it? It kind of stings. My, that's unexpected. I was trying to be as generous as possible, too. I can go back to trying to stab you if you'd like.
If we get her route, I really think it's going to be like a screaming match that just turns into sex.
Okay.
It seems like that type of relationship where like anger just boils over into...
Well, maybe
lust.
we'll find out someday.
I don't know.
I don't know. We haven't made any choices.
I know.
So.
It could be one of those games that like it goes through the story you have to do and then you have to play it again to do the choices. Because I think Heart Wings was like that. Or no, like, because I looked it up because I think if your heart has wings.
Yeah.
Like that one, there's only 2 choices in the first playthrough and then you had to play through it again to get the other choices.
Yeah, well, so, I thought it was like you could only get 2 of the girls.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Then it could unlock the other 3.
But yeah, you had to
something.
finish the game and then you could
I don't know. It's probably just a long game. I've heard it's long.
That's true. People keep telling us it's going to be like a year. Oh, God.
Mind answering one last question for me?
We'll have to play other ones in between the routes if we do all the routes.
Yeah, I feel like we'll probably do that Summer's Clover after we do this game. And then we'll probably come back to it, because I like it so far.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The characters are growing on me.
What is it? Do you like me, YN? Is there even a single normal person in this school? I thought I told you already. If they were normal, they wouldn't be here. And that goes for you as well.
I'm here because I'm a spy. Or something.
True enough. Don't think you've got some special variety of unhappiness. Sensing the admonition underneath Sakaki's words, I feel the stirrings of something like shame.
Aww.
Whether it's normal or not, this student life isn't bad in its own way. I've started to like this place enough to reach that conclusion. Hooray!
We've made it. Alright, that can be an episode, this transition.
Okay.
This is the exact same
We're
screen
back in the
we
hallway.
started on. We're about to tell that story to someone else now.
Yeah. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, it got weirdly dark. I want more Sachi. I like her.
Yeah, we haven't gotten much Sachi.
I just like doing the Southern Belle voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like the only one we haven't really done a lot with.
No,
well, I mean, she gave us a tour.
At the beginning, yeah.
I feel like we have to be making choices soon. We've kind of been like...
The one we've done the least with is the blonde girl.
Oh, yeah, Michiru.
Yeah.
We haven't done crap with her.
Yeah, we met her. That was pretty much it.
Yeah. We'll probably have some sort of event with her, and then
maybe
we'll make choices. I don't know. I don't know.
There's no choices.
There's no choices.
You just get all five of them.
It reads your thoughts and it knows.
Right. It depends on how quickly you click through.
Yeah, there we go.
We lingered on Amane topless for a long time, so it's like, they want Amane.
Oh, that's plus
that's
20
why she's
points.
Holding our hand and all that. That'd be amazing programming right there.
Someday.
I doubt that's what it is.